Hello, my queens, kings, and everything in betweens. My name is Sierra, and today I am at the park, and I wanted to do a tarot card reading for this week with you guys. If you hear some extra noise, it's just because I'm not alone today, so don't mind that too much, but I'm just working with what we got here. So I went ahead and already pulled the cards here. I have tarot card deck number 1 here, tarot card deck number 2, and tarot card deck number 3 here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put up a quick picture so you guys can kind of feel out and see, visualize what card you want to pick, what card speaks to you, and go ahead and pause it if you need to meditate for a bit, or just go with whatever your intuition tells you first. But we are just going to go ahead and get along with the reading. I will have timestamps in the description box below, so you can just click on whatever timestamp for the card that you pick. So let's just jump into our first card stack here. So the first card we have is the Emperor. I'm gonna move these two aside here. Okay, and then the second card deck that we have is the Page of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with each individual card, and then we'll go on to what they mean in total. So the Emperor here, what this is telling me is that this is an important time to take control of your life and to take control of the situation that is going on around you, or just take control of the things that are around you. A lot of the times we don't have control over the situation around us, especially given what is currently happening right now in our world. It is hard for a lot of us to control anything that is happening to us. So maybe not necessarily control or focus on the things that are out of our hands right now, but find control in other ways of your life, such as here we're looking at the Page of Swords, which is telling us to focus on our next step, to start working towards something that is going to bring us success, because this is telling us that whatever we're going to be putting our energy towards, whatever we're going to be focusing on working towards, will come to fruition, but we just have to take that step to move forward and put everything into action and bring it to fruition, because we can't necessarily sit around and wait for things to come to us. We do have to work for them. So maybe instead of focusing on the lack of control that we do have in our lives, focus more on what you can take control of, which is something that you're passionate about, a new project, a new focus on creativity, a new job, a new side project. Maybe you still aren't going back to your job and you need something to kind of take your mind off of things that are going on around you. Think about making money off of it, or just focus on perfecting, or not necessarily perfecting, but focus on mastering the things that you are interested in. With the Six of Cups, this reminds us to be giving. But here with the Three of Wands, it's a little bit contradictory off the end, but what I'm getting here, because the Three of Wands is telling us to not give too much. It means that you're giving more than receiving. So to focus more on nurturing yourself. So I think that these two go hand in hand with saying to be sure to give to others, but also remember to take care of yourself, because we can't pour from an empty cup, right? So we have to focus on our own well-being before we can care for others. So be sure that you fill your own cup and focus on yourself in order to give to others. And then also work towards something that makes you happy, work towards something that can maybe make you money that was once something that was more of a hobby, you can now maybe make a job out of. And then the Emperor, just reminding ourselves that we can find control in different parts of our lives, even when it feels completely chaotic. So that is currently what I'm getting for card stack number 1. So on to card stack number 2 here. we have the Magician, Two of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Okay, so with the Magician here, I am getting that this is an important time to create something, something from scratch, something that really takes a lot of creativity, something that is created from scratch. Those are the best ways to describe this card, because that is what the Magician is doing. He is creating magic out of things that are not magical. He is creating something out of nothing. So again, maybe similar to the last deck, where this is a time to focus on bringing what were your hobbies and your passions into something that can now make you money, something that you can now live off of. I mean, who doesn't want that? And now that we are at home or discovering more hobbies that we didn't know that we liked, that we found out that we did like during quarantine, and bringing something out of those. So focus on creating something new. So with the Two of Pentacles here, this is also kind of going off of with the Magician, and this is reminding us that anything is possible. Focus not on what you can't do or what's holding you back, but rather focus on what you can do and what you're currently working on, and making something out of that. The Page of Pentacles here is telling me that money is not a tool, or money is nothing but a tool right now. Money is not something that you need to be focused on or worried about, or even something that is going to bring this to fruition. This is something that is not, it doesn't need to control your life. It doesn't need to rule you. It doesn't need to be something that you need to focus on. It is strictly just a tool in your life. With the High Priest here, this is reminding us to connect to our emotions, connect to what we want out of life, what we are craving, what our emotions are telling us. Listen and go inwards, meditate, talk to your higher self, talk to the energy around you, and just feel your emotions, feel your thoughts, analyze them and understand them. That is kind of your tool, or your mission for this week, is to understand that you can create anything and that you should create something, that money is nothing but a tool in this whole process, and to just listen and hone in and focus on your emotions. So that is what I'm getting for card stack number 2. Okay, so now going on to card stack number 3 here, I have Temperance, I have the Nine of Cups, the Devil, and the Fool. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on to the Devil really quickly, because this is the one that always even stresses me out. I know what it means, and it still stresses me out when I pull it from the deck. This means that we are currently chaining ourselves down to a dependence on something or someone around us. We are looking outwards for either acceptance, understanding, whatever it may be. We are searching outside of ourselves for something to help us, when in reality we always need to go inwards to understand what we want, what we're doing, why we're doing it, what we need to do. All of our answers to everything is always within us. So there's nothing outside of ourselves that can help us or that can tell us anything. We can only do that for ourselves. Obviously, we can ask for help, we can have other people listen to our thoughts and things like that, but this is signifying a dependence on something or someone. So now going on to, we'll go ahead and start the deck here with Temperance. This is reminding us to hone into our emotions. This whole month for everyone overall, like I talked about in my frequency forecast, is about listening, understanding, feeling, hearing your emotions. So that's probably why it is in everyone's deck this month, is because it is important for all of us to understand that within ourselves any time of the year, but for some reason, due to the planets' alignments and the energy that I got from my tarot cards, that is the energy that we need to be focusing on, which is our own emotions for this month. So that is what the Temperance is reminding you to do this month as well. The Nine of Cups here is a reminder that this is a time to be thankful for the things that you currently have. Good things are on its way. However, you need to look at what's around you currently and be thankful for what you do have, even if sometimes it is extremely hard. I definitely understand that in circumstances or situations where you don't have any control, where most of your life, especially at this point, is out of your control. There's a lot of feeling of things are wrong, things are not going right, but there are beautiful things around you, and it's important to open your eyes to that, especially in times of feeling like there is not much to be happy about. That's the time that we need to really open our eyes and look around at the small things that we can be thankful for, such as like butterflies, or like the smell of a rainy day, or like, you know, something so small that still makes you happy, like soup when you're sick. You know, small things like that are important to be thankful for, especially in times where you feel like you can't be thankful for anything. So the Fool here also tells me that this is a new start for you. New beginnings are happening, new things are happening, and this is really a spiritual journey for you. This is a time of understanding more about yourself, understanding more about the world around you, having a new view of the things that are going on in this world, and your place in that. But it is also a reminder to be mindful and to think before acting, and to be mature during this time. The Fool, being on a spiritual journey, is learning to be more mature and act less out of emotion. So this is definitely a time of transition and a time of learning and self-growth. So it does really seem like a lot of change is going on in your life currently, and this week that is still playing a part, but this does not mean that this is bad change. This is chaotic for sure, but it is not bad. All of this stuff is happening for your highest good, and so then that way you can reach your abundance, because sometimes we do have to go through difficulties in order to see the beauty in life and the beauty in the world around us. So that is what I have for you guys here. Just paying attention to your emotions and being thankful for the things around you, and reminding yourself that no one outside of yourself can have a control on you, or no one outside of yourself can tell you who you are. And then on top of that, continue on to the journey that you are going on, because it is the correct path. But just be wise and be mindful, and don't act with emotion. Be patient and be understanding. So that is what I am getting for this group. That is all that I have for this week. Thank you, or for, this reading for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye!